Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the Ultra Dragon set. A reminder that this is an onlooker review where we just comment on the design and just my thoughts on the set. And yeah, so pretty much we are talking about the Ultra Dragon today in this video. So as per usual, our topics will be, we will be talking about the design, the minifigures, and of course the comparison to its original counterpart from Season 1. So without further ado, let's get started. So one of the most highly discussed aspects of the set are actually the 4 brick-built heads. In the original set, we did have molded heads for each of these, but this takes a different approach in the sense that we have brick-built heads. And I gotta say, I do like the brick-built heads. Many people dislike them, but I think they are pretty cool. I think the lightning dragon is the yellow one, or it could be the blue one. I'm not entirely sure. But either way, I think my favorite ones are definitely the red one, the fire dragon, and the blue one. Whether that's ice or lightning, I think that's ice. But I think they are very cool, actually. I do like on the Ice Dragon and the Lightning Dragon, those 2 pieces up top, the transparent designs. I think that helps to enhance the design of the head. I think the Earth Dragon is a bit bulky, and it's not as good as the other 2, but I do like the details as well. And the Fire Dragon also looks very cool. I think these heads are a bit bulky and kind of could be done a bit better, but for the most part, they are pretty good. Now, I do like the saddle as well. It actually has room for multiple minifigures, and I think that was done well as well. Now, this dragon also has the paper wings, like the Firstborn Dragon, and I really did like, actually, the paper wings on the Firstborn Dragon, but I don't think they're as good in this set. They kind of are jagged, and they don't really look like a perfect shape, as opposed to the Firstborn Dragon. It was a bit different with that, and these just kind of seem like random shapes, so not as good with that. And also, right behind Lloyd in this image, right behind the saddle, it's very bulky, and I don't even know why they chose to do that. But like, it just doesn't feel natural. There's like a semicircle-ish structure right behind the saddle, and I just think that's really unnecessary, and it really makes the dragon a lot bulkier and a lot uglier looking. However, I think the tail is actually very nice. It is pretty long, and it has these cool transparent green pieces, and I think that is a really nice design, and I think the tail is quite elaborate, and it looks pretty cool. Now, in terms of design, the legs are actually pretty cool. I've heard that the legs actually don't move, but I don't know that for a fact. And I do think the leg design is fine. I like that they're using these same pieces and keeping it kind of traditional with the legs. So that is pretty cool. It also comes with a little structure for the serpentine. I feel like that's kind of unnecessary, but it's fine. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It comes with the spring-loaded shooter, though. So that's something, I think. Now, I think I do have mixed feelings about this design. I feel like the wings could have been done better. And certainly the center of the body could have been done a lot better, but I do think for the most part the heads are good. So here are the minifigures for the set. It comes with 6 minifigures: Lord Garmadon, Wu, Lloyd, Pythor, and the 2 Venomari minifigures. I really like how this set actually is very similar to the minifigure selection of the original Ultra Dragon set, of the original Epic Dragon Battle. I like how it kind of mirrors that, in the sense that both of these sets include Lloyd, Garmadon, and Wu, and of course some Serpentine Generals. So I do think that is pretty cool how it is very similar to the original Epic Dragon Battles minifigure selection. A lot of people complain about this set not having any exclusive minifigures. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't think that's that big of a deal, especially considering actually this is the only set other than a spinner in which Lord Garmadon appears. So, you know, I can't really relate to people complaining about there not being an exclusive minifigure. But that being said, I do think the minifigure selection is pretty good for the most part. It has Wu, Garmadon, and Lloyd. Both of those are pretty cool minifigures, especially the new Garmadon, considering he only appears in 2 sets for this wave. And we also have Pythor. Pythor also only appears in 2 sets. And our Venomari soldiers, which appear in quite a bit of sets, at least 3, maybe more. So yeah, those minifigures are pretty common by this point. Now, I don't think this value is really good, actually. I mean, this is $80, $85, or something like that. $85 US or so. And you only get 6 minifigures, and none of these minifigures are actually exclusive. They all appear in different sets. I think the value really could have been done better, maybe by including more minifigures or making some of the minifigures exclusive. I mean, the monastery set is actually cheaper than this, and it has a much better value. It includes all 6 ninja, and Whiplash, who I guess you could say is an exclusive, and Wu as well. That is a fabulous deal. This set, I think the value is definitely a bit underwhelming, and I don't think the minifigures that you get are really worth the price. I mean, I think it's fine, but when compared to other sets of this wave, the value isn't really that good. And now we're just going to be comparing these two sets. On the right, we have the Epic Dragon Battle from 2012, and on the left, we have our new Ultra Dragon. So a lot of people actually dislike brick-built heads. I don't really understand all the hate for brick-built heads. I like both molded heads and brick-built heads. With molded heads, you're not really taking a risk. It's always sure to be good with a molded head. Brick-built heads, you do take risks sometimes. Sometimes the brick-built heads can be bad, but sometimes they can be really good, actually, like Firstborn. And I think I do like the molded heads a bit better in this instance. They just look more show accurate, and they're actually better. I think they shoot different things rather than just studs, and they look a bit less bulky, and they look a bit more polished as well. So I do like the molded heads a bit more. Now the original Ultra Dragon is also a lot less bulky, losing all of that bulk and all of those pieces right in the center where you have on the left Ultra Dragon. There's a lot of unnecessary pieces, I feel, and just a lot of extra pieces with that handle. And yeah, both of these sets also have that same handle. Now, the wings are also a big difference. Of course, our left Ultra Dragon uses these paper wings, and the right one actually used the spiked wings, which at the time was pretty much the only thing that the Ninjago dragons used. I do think that the spike wings have their problems sometimes, but the original Ultra Dragon actually used it very well, and I really love the way that these spiked wings looked on the original Ultra Dragon. And I think those wings were definitely better than this new one. Now, the legs and all are fine. I don't think there's anything to be said about that. And same goes for the tail as well. But I think I do like the detail on the original one as well with those sensei hats. I think that looks really cool, actually. Now, the original set also came with the Great Devourer, so it was more expensive. I think it went for 120 US dollars, and it had more minifigures as well. And it came with exclusives such as Acidicus and Scalador. And in that sense, the value was definitely better. You got more, and you did pay more as well, but you definitely got a lot more. And in the end, I think the new Ultra Dragon is a downgrade compared to the original Ultra Dragon. I do have mixed feelings about the new Ultra Dragon. It receives a lot of hate for just being ugly. That's what people claim. And of course, the brick built heads, anytime there's a brick built head, it automatically receives some level of hate. And I share some of these opinions, but at the same time, I think this set also does have good aspects. Some of the brick built heads are good, and I do like the variation of color, especially with this new one. I really like how they incorporated all these different colors to make this Ultra Dragon. And yeah, I do have mixed feelings. There definitely are some bad things about this, such as its value, and also it just feels very bulky, and it does kind of look ugly. So in the end, I would probably have to give this set a 3 out of 5. And yeah, so that is pretty much all for this review video. We only have one more set to review, and that would be the Monastery of Spinjitzu. I have that set, so that will be a more in-depth review, possibly longer, and with live footage, of course. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with anyone ever you know, and I will see you next time.